The Second Battle of Kursk seems an apt name.
Вот Хохлядский стоит сожженный. УАЗик стоит.
The same roads and fields once littered with the burned husks of Nazi armor are now littered with NATO-made wrecks, outnumbered only by the bodies of Ukrainian troops. On and on it goes. An M1A2 American-supplied Abrams tank lies burned, destroyed at the gate of Sudzha. That's been a long walk, along with dozens, perhaps hundreds of destroyed Ukrainian vehicles. But this is Sudzha, finally retaken by Russia. We are the first journalists to have come this far. This is northwest Sudzha. Ukrainian troops, or what's left of them, are barely a kilometer away. Ukrainian artillery is... The suburb of Zalyoshinka was captured by barely a company belonging to the veteran volunteer corps.
When we started out, there were so much incoming fire, but nobody panicked. Even when one of us was lightly wounded, we'd bandage ourselves and head on. Almost all of us have light wounds. 75% of us still have small pieces of shrapnel inside.
Nick and his unit were among the first out of a 15-kilometer underground tunnel used by Russian forces to surprise Ukrainian occupation troops in Sudzha. His is a tight-knit company, which includes a female sniper, also lightly wounded. She's been fighting for a week.
Because they're cowards. I don't consider them warriors. They can't put up a proper fight. When they realized that they had nothing going for them, that we were encircling them, and that we had pushed into their rear, they broke and ran.
They were in panic. They weren't expecting us. The best they could do was run.
The damage being wrought on Sudzha by Ukrainian artillery is devastating. Filled with bitterness at defeat and humiliation, but the damage wrought on the people of Sudzha is far, far worse. We can't help her. The bridges are blown, and it is many difficult kilometers to safety. She can barely walk, let alone run for cover. To come with us now would see her and us die. The Ukrainians will make sure of that. Another Ukrainian FPV drone circling overhead, looking for targets. Always keeps the nerves up. An endless swarm of drones, lacking appetite for a stand-up battle. Ukraine sends tides of drones to at least slow Russia's advance. Civilian or otherwise, they do not care. Cluster shells fall like rain. The United States has given Ukraine countless thousands of them and blessings to use them indiscriminately. Her husband lies buried under their destroyed house. For the better part of a year, they have kept the civilians of Sudzha as human shields. They took their phones. Bodies of executed civilians are being found all over Sudzha. The locals were left to bury their loved ones as best they could. Ukraine's 80th Aeromobile Assault Brigade, this is where they lived in Sudzha, all the houses marked with 80, it's their turf. Interestingly enough, when the Ukrainians crumbled here in Sudzha. It is they, the 80th, who were the first to flee. When the Ukrainian army ran, not everyone escaped. Hundreds, perhaps thousands of Ukrainian soldiers are now trapped behind Russian lines. More are hunted down every hour.
Yes, we have that issue. Many Ukrainian soldiers are now encircled by us, so they're dumping their gear, putting on civilian clothes and trying to escape.
This is the symbol of Ukraine's incursion into Russia's Kursk region. A supermarket situated on the road from Ukraine to Sudzha turned into a monument by hordes of passing Ukrainian troops and even politicians, replete with curses, threats and names. Most of the Ukrainian soldiers who left their mark here are now dead. And soon, even this mention of them will be painted over. Murad Gazdiev, RT, from Sudzha, Kursk region.